Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Definitely get inside the comment box. We have a final out of Athens, Georgia, as the Crimson Tide has defeated the Georgia Bulldogs. All right, let me see where I'm at. I appreciate you guys for kicking it with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you for being here. I can't even see myself on the screen. Can you guys see myself? Am I here? All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, thanks for being here. Let me see where I'm at. All right, 1 second while we get loaded up right here on Bama Football on YouTube on the Postgame show. All right, you guys here? I can't see you guys. So we have technical difficulties on this side, but I think you guys are here. So we'll go ahead and go for it. And big win for Alabama, 24-21 is your final. Let me get set, and we'll get going right here on Bama Football on YouTube. All right, everybody checked in. What's going on, fam? I appreciate you being here for the post-game wrap-up show right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Alabama 24, Georgia 21. The Crimson Tide has ended the 33-game winning streak of the Georgia Bulldogs. Here to talk about it, here to discuss it. And I think what we have to do from the jump is we have to go to the scoreboard, right? And I think when you're looking at this particular game, it starts right here with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson did an amazing job. Inside the comment box, will you give me your assessment of Ty Simpson on a scale of 1 to 10? I thought this guy played as a warrior. I thought he had, a warrior's mentality. And I think tonight he showcased just how dangerous he is as a quarterback, okay? 24 of 33, right? 276 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, right? And came through in just an amazing way for the Alabama Crimson Tide. I kind of look to the playmaking ability of Ty, and I tie it into Ryan Grubb as well. These guys together, I mean, this is an offense that is deadly. This is an offense that is dangerous. And look, I think that Ty Simpson just introduced himself to the country. And I think that Ryan Grubb was that guy that we knew that he could be. And he demonstrated that tonight on multiple occasions, most specifically on the last play of the game, right? I mean, you have to get a first down. He comes out with some misdirections. I thought he called a really good game. Let me ask you inside the comment box, what is your assessment of Ryan Grubb on a scale of 1 to 10? I mean, look at Ty Simpson running off the field here. Your assessment of Ty Simpson of Ryan Grubb on a scale of 1 to 10. I think that he's done an amazing job. I think he's been that guy that Coach Saban knew he could be many years ago. I think he's that guy that has been tied to Coach Kalen DeBoer's success. I think him and Coach Kalen DeBoer work at a very high level together, and you saw it tonight. You look at the stats, 24-38, 276 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Thought he played fantastic. As we look to the running game, this will be something that I want to continue to go over when we look at this game. Okay, and this team can this team establish a running game? Can this team establish, some sort of a run identity? Look, running against Georgia was never going to be an easy task, period. It just wasn't. And tonight you go 38 right here of 117 with 1 rushing touchdown, which was by Ty Simpson. Let me ask you, how would you assess the play of Jam Miller on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you assess the play of Jam Miller on a scale of 1 to 10? To be honest, for me, I thought that Jam Miller played well. There was a couple times where, I think there was a penalty at one, or there was like a misplay. That was probably, something minuscule to look at, but I thought he ran hard. Number one, most importantly, he's healthy. He ran hard, and he has a different element that the other running backs don't have. Jam Miller's running back, number 1. And Kevin Riley is number 2 in terms of the running backs. And I thought he did well, and he catches the football. And look, you put the ball in the hands of your best players. at the end of the game. I love the fact that Ty Simpson, on a 3rd and 5, you have to win the game. He goes to Jam Miller, sure-handed Jam Miller, and Jam Miller is smart enough to know to slide to keep the clock going, right? So heads-up play right there by Jam Miller. Kevin Riley runs 10 for 30. I'll say this about Kevin Riley. This guy plays hard. This guy runs like he's 220 pounds, 100%. Do you agree with me on that? So my running backs are Jam Miller, number 1, and number 2, I got Kevin Riley. He did an amazing job. As we talk about the Alabama wide receivers, I'll start off talking about Caden Proctor. He's listed over here. I guess the pass that they threw to him was behind the line of scrimmage, so that is a run. I like Caden Proctor as a wide receiver. Sound off inside the comment box, or you could just type in 74 as many times as you want for Caden Proctor. Who likes Caden Proctor at wide receiver? Yo, I'm not a crazy gadget play type guy. I'm really not. But, yo, Caden Proctor catching the football and driving down to, like, the 1-yard line, whatever, was dirty work. Yo, that was absolutely crazy. I love to see it, to be honest. And it was one of my favorite plays of the game, okay? So, Caden Proctor, I guess 1 rush for 11 yards. I'll call it a catch for 11 yards as well. Talking about the Alabama wide receivers, let's address it right from the jump, okay? Ryan Williams dropped a touchdown pass. Ryan Williams has 12 drops, which leads the SEC in drops. You know, having your name associated with greatness and drops, it's kind of a weird combination. You can't drop passes in a game like this magnitude. I don't know if it's kind of a sophomore slump or something like that. There was a play in the 4th quarter where they had to call a timeout because Ryan Williams was in motion where I don't think he was supposed to be. Ends up coming up with the big catch in the 3rd quarter. 5 for 43 is what he finished with. And he's got to be able to get past this. They're going to keep targeting him. They went to him 8 times tonight, and he has 43 yards. Isaiah Horton, I told you, he was going to come up big in a game like this. 5 for 65. He has 1 touchdown. He was targeted 9 times. I think he did have a drop or maybe the pass was overthrown, but Isaiah Horton is a dangerous weapon, 100%. Glad to see him come up. Yo, can you type in the germ emoji as many times as possible? Let's talk about Jerry Bernard. The great thing about Ryan Grubb is he reminds me how he utilizes Jerry Bernard like Kyle Shanahan used to use Deebo Samuel. Look, plain and simple, the game of football is getting the best player the football in creative ways. And that's where we're seeing Ryan Grubb earn his money. This is why I feel that Ryan Grubb won't be here long, because of the way that he was able to creatively use Jerry Bernard, who, by the way, threw a pass, right? He was 1 for 1 throwing a pass, which went for a 1st down. He ran the ball 4 times for 26 yards, okay? And he came up with 5 receptions for 35 yards, okay? So Jerry Bernard, yo, that was a master's class, somebody said inside the comment box, on how to utilize somebody of that talent, somebody of that skill set. We love who Jerry Bernard is off the field. We love who he is on the field. The guy will be playing on Sundays. You'll be picking him up on your fantasy football team using Sleeper in no time soon. All right, you got also want to highlight Lottie Brooks, okay? Lazier Brooks, number 17. Could I get a 17 inside the comment box? Type in 17 as many times as you can right now for Lazier Brooks. This guy, I mean, the ceiling that he has is through the roof. He reminds me of somebody from the past, and you know who I'm talking about, who plays for the Miami Dolphins right now. Lazier Brooks, look, you know how Coach Saban said, you know, some players have the juice. Yo, he's got the juice or the right stuff, okay? He's got the right stuff. And I'm telling you what, tonight he balled out. He had 2 receptions, but I'm telling you this. If we look at the stat chart right here, right, you see where it's highlighted? He had 2 receptions for 40 yards, but 23 yak yards. That was all him. He used that was the huge catalyst to why Alabama, you know, scored in a pivotal time, was because of the play that he was able to make. Okay, Alabama scored a touchdown on that drive, and a lot of it was because of 17. Okay, I have to give some love to Josh Cuevas. He had 2 catches for 24 yards, and how about freshman Caleb Edwards coming up with a big catch, 1 for 17. Altogether, 8 different wide receivers, 25 receptions for 280 yards. Really good play for the wide receivers. On the defensive side, you know, this is the first time that Alabama has gone on the road and allowed over 200 yards rushing right in this box right here and came out victorious. You're not going to be able to do that in every single game. This is the hole, and this could potentially be what stops Alabama from winning a national championship, from winning an SEC championship, from going wherever they want to go. Plain and simple, this is the issue. We all know that the way to beat Alabama is to run the ball, okay? So let me ask you inside the comment box, what is your assessment on a scale of 1 to 10 of Kane Womack's defense? 1 to 10, 10 being like he's elite, 5 is like he's mid, 1 is like you got to make a change. Let me know inside the comment box. Okay, as we look to Georgia, this was the thing that stood out about Georgia's offense. And it's kind of been the same thing. I've never really felt that Georgia's offense is overly dynamic, but what they were able to do tonight, and look, Gunnar Stockton, he's good. He's not great. He's not elite. He's not ultra dynamic. He's kind of like above mid, whatever that is, okay? 13 to 20, 130 yards on the night. I see a lot of mixed reactions inside the comment box. Kind of 6, 7. We can call it 5, okay? But this was the biggest issue tonight, is that Alabama's defense allowed so many chunk yardage type plays. Let's look at the stats right here, okay? Bowens right here, he had the longest run of 43 yards. You have Bell, who had a reverse for 43 yards. You had Frazier, who had a run for 24 yards. You had Stockton, who had a run for 21 yards, okay? You had Georgia ran 33 times for 227 yards. This is the first time that they've been able to win allowing more than 200 and whatever yards, okay? Passing-wise, Gunnar Stockton, he didn't do that much damage. 13 of 20 for 130 yards with 1 tutty. We'll look at the passes, the team stats over here on the right, and you see that Alabama nearly had 400 yards. Look, Alabama won quarters 1. Alabama's won quarter 2. Georgia won quarter 3, and Alabama won quarter 4, okay? They were able to win out, run the clock out at the end. You see the stats right here, 280 to 130 rushing yards. We talked about that. There wasn't a lot of penalties. I felt that Georgia hurt themselves with some penalties in this game. The horse collar, there was some questionable targeting. Look, James Smith, that was a targeting, but there was a couple times that Georgia, I felt, had 2 targeting calls that weren't called. One was on Ryan Williams, and one was on Ty Simpson. Did you see this inside the comment box? Did the officials miss, yes or no, did the officials miss 2 targeting calls in this game? Yes or no inside the comment box. I'm going to tell you what, this team is going to go really far because of this. 12 of 19 on third downs. At one point, there was 7 to 7, then there was 7 to 9. Georgia, got a little bit better, made some adjustments in the third quarter. But right here, 12 of 19, that is a very high percentage on third down, specifically playing on the road in a challenging environment, okay? And that comes down to, guess who? The play calling from Ryan Grubb and the execution of your quarterback. So if they're able to do this, 12 of 19, and they still go to Missouri, they still go to South Carolina, they still go to the barn, which is haunted. Those are challenging environments. You're going to be able to win a lot of games. I get it. There's challenging environments in the SEC. I don't think there's a more challenging environment than what they faced tonight in this all blackout, okay? 0 for 1 in fourth down. I'm wondering if Kirby Smart will address that fourth down that they went for, right? You wonder if you go for the points there that would have tied it 24 to 24. He elected to go for it. Alabama's defense, for as much, as we're giving the Alabama defense, we all have to say that they did come up with this stop when they had to. Do you agree? Okay? This big play by LT Overton, when it was, 4th and 1 or whatever, they came up with the stop. Georgia had the ball with 8 minutes left in this game. They had to go 95 yards. They got 40 yards downfield, and Alabama's defense came up with a stop. So, that is an area that we have to give them credit for, right? So you look to Alabama's defense. Alabama was 4 of 4 in the red zone. Georgia was 2 of 3. A couple more points. Time of possession, 35 minutes that Alabama held the ball. You got to be able to do that in a game of that environment. Let's look at the defensive stats real quick for Alabama, and I appreciate it, man. If you guys enjoy the content, super chats are super appreciated, and of course, if you just hit the thumbs up, that goes a long way for me. I really appreciate you guys as well. Bray Hubbard, All right, thumbs up for Ray Hubbard, came up with the fumble. I didn't know this. He had 9 tackles in this game, 5 solos, a pass breakup, and a forced fumble. You're looking at your SEC Defensive Player of the Week, 100%, right? Justin Jefferson, I feel he's undersized for an inside linebacker. I really do. But he has 8 tackles. He's fast, and he had 5 solo tackles. Damani Jackson got cooked one time. I don't understand what happened in that play when he got absolutely cooked. That was weird to me. I have to go back and watch the rewatch. LT Overton came up with a big play, 1,000,000%. Deontay Lawson came through 4 tackles. Keon Sabb made a touchdown-saving tackle. Is there anyone on defense that stood out to you? It's important to note 2 things, okay? 2 things on the defensive side. Number 1, Quay Rusa. He's out with the leg. I'm sure Coach Kalen DeBoer will provide an update thereafter in terms of, kind of the status of him. And then you have James Smith, 23, who will be missing the first half of the game against Vanderbilt as he was called for targeting. A couple things before I go as I wrap it up. This is important to notate. You have the games that are upcoming for Alabama. And let me get to that real quick because there's something in common with the next 2 opponents, all right? Alabama football schedule. All right, so Alabama right here. We'll go to this screen. I do everything on the fly, so I appreciate you guys giving me grace and patience. I don't even know how to be honest, I can't even see myself. There's something that's going wrong with my computer right now, so I appreciate you guys being patient with me as I navigate through this. Alabama now 3-1 on the season, right? And I think what this does for their season is this dissipates the week 1 loss. I really do, because it's all about SEC play. So don't worry too much that Florida State loss, that you think it's going to impact Alabama overall. It would have been a great resume builder, and I still think Florida State is a good team. But going forward, this was a hell of a win, and it erases, in my opinion, week 1. You go on the road, you won, you stopped a quarterback, you stopped an offense on the road, you stopped a 33-game winning streak on the road. Tough to do, right? But look at the remaining teams, okay? Job's not done. Game's not over. Let me ask you a question. Did they clinch the SEC championship game? No. Did they clinch a playoff spot? No. Right? Job's not done. That's the mindset that they have to have. It's about the next game. Vanderbilt, these guys are scoring in the 50s constantly. They are 5-0, okay? Guess what? Missouri is 5-0. The next 2 teams, you want to do the math, are a combined 10-0, okay? You want to add on Tennessee? They are 4-1, okay? So the next 3 teams that you play are a combined 14-1 at this point in time. Then you go to challenging South Carolina. I don't care, if South Carolina, they've been a little bit underwhelming to me, but I think they will be challenging at William Bryce Stadium. And then the back end, LSU, who took a loss today. John Mateer will be healthy by that game. Eastern Illinois and Auburn, a lot of football to play. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me on my post-game reaction. If you could drop the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the super chats and all the feedback inside the comment box. What to look for next? I got Kirby Smart's press conference, which is about to drop probably within the next, 15 minutes. And then I'll wait for Coach Kalen DeBoer closer to midnight, and we'll upload that, and we have more coverage coming your way right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Fam, could you drop this for me inside the comment box? Put as many roll tides as you can inside the comment box, and I hope you've enjoyed my post-game reaction right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Drop a roll tide inside the comment box. Alabama, 3-1 on the season after taking down Georgia at Sanford Stadium, ending the 33-game winning streak. Alyssa Mitchell called it, all right? She called it, and she said, we're going to have to put Georgia back on the leash, that Alabama owns Georgia. Looks like the Alabama fans were right. Alabama rolls through Georgia, 24-21, huge dub. Celebrate it, fam. Kyle Anderson of Bama Football on YouTube. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam. I love you guys. News doesn't stop.